Hey guys, good afternoon from Singapore. The markets just closed slightly above 7,500 with the aspect of we are still in a downtrend, we are still in our downward corridor, we are still in a position where the markets are leading, or the bears are leading the markets as well. So why am I saying this? Go back to the previous updates that I've mentioned towards stocks and the market in general. As long as we are in a downtrend, as long as we haven't reversed, stay away. Build your cash and come in when a reversal becomes more imminent. Alright, but this video is not just about the market or some select stocks. This video is all about the inflation data that they gave out just a few hours ago. According to reports, inflation is at 4.5%, which was something that a lot of people were already expecting, which was something that majority of analysts, investors, economists were already pegging. Why? We've already seen it. All of this is because of the train law that was passed late last year. I believe the movement to 4.5% is an increase in tobacco, alcohol, and transportation. You recall, no, the train law increased taxes on several consumption-related items, but you couple that increases, and what other people did, what other businesses did in line with the train law was that they increased prices already. Some even increased it way before they got affected by the law. Even their inventory was bought prior to the train law passing. A lot of them already started to increase their prices, hence an uptick in inflation. But again, this should not surprise you. This is something that should not cause you to panic, but this is something that should allow you to reposition and realign your investments as well. So now, what does this do? Please remember also, with everything that's happening, the dollar is still high. With everything that's happening, oil prices remain to be relatively at the higher end of the range as compared to where we were a few years ago. So here's where we are now. We're at a moment where inflation is high. We're at a moment also where the dollar is relatively higher, meaning a lot of people who are importing, a lot of businesses that are importing items from different markets going to the Philippines will have to pay higher amounts of dollars to be able to purchase what they need. So what's the effect also? They will have to raise prices as well. Then you have cost of oil being at the upper range as well, and the oil also, please remember this, higher oil prices are bought using US dollars. So high US dollar, high oil prices, then you have inflation that's above the spectrum, no, above what was initially projected by the BSP. So what will be a possible reaction to this? How will the BSP respond and react to this? I've mentioned this in previous videos, no, that we watch out for inflation, because the higher this lingers, the higher this goes, it will push the BSP to increase interest rates. So now I think the BSP governor mentioned already that they may react accordingly based on this new inflation result. So what does that mean though? If they increase interest rates, and if you've been watching the previous videos, I mentioned that an uptick in interest rates is not good for the stock market in general. But this is something, again, similar to inflation. This is something that a lot of investors, traders, analysts have already factored in to what will possibly happen this year. Everyone has been factoring already an interest rate hike already for our markets. But what does that do in general, and how does it impact our markets? Number one, if interest rates increase, you can have an expectation that there will be a shift, that there will be a movement, that money from stocks will move to bonds, will move to fixed assets. Why? Because funds want, and they gravitate to something that they have an expected return. Funds will gravitate to something where they can have a possibility of fixed earnings, and large funds now will have a bigger spread. So there's an expectation that the bigger the steps or the increase that we will have this year, more and more funds will move from stocks all the way to bonds, all the way to fixed assets. So that's it. So expect, no, if the markets drop because of this, expect if there's a sudden shift downward or a larger movement downward, it could be triggered also by movements of money from stocks all the way to fixed assets. So what does that do also from a sentiment standpoint? You have to remember this. the market's already bearish. The market is already breaking down. Select stocks are still progressing downward. Add this to the mix, I think it will add not a bullish tone to the market. It will add a more bearish sentiment to what is already a bearish market as well. So it will be interesting to see how the BSP will react in their next policy meeting and their next announcement, if they will actually start if they'll actually do what everyone is expecting them to do already. So watch for it, wait for what will happen. But it's not a question anymore whether the BSP will raise rates. It's a question of when will they do it. If not May, which everyone's expecting, it will happen over the next months, unless inflation starts to taper down as well. So interesting times again. Please, movements like this should not be a cause of panic, but it should be a cause for you to re-strategize. It should be a cause for you, it should be a trigger for you to know how to reposition your investments, to know also how to act. But at the end of the day, as long as our markets are still headed down, as long as we're still in a downtrend, stay away and wait for your shot in time to be able to come in and see the reversals, because that's where money is made in the market. So that's it for now. I'm excited for tonight. It's our last coaching session for Stock Smarts here in Singapore, but we will have our sessions this weekend. So I'm excited. I love what I do, and what's interesting about talking about stocks is it's nice to talk about stocks and teach people when the market is down, because it allows people already to learn more. Because when you do the sessions when the market is up, the tendency is people think they're invincible, people think that markets go up forever. But moments like this, when the markets are pretty much still in a downtrend, will allow people, it will be a sobering reminder for people that the best way for you to make money in the market is if you follow your plan and you follow whatever the technicals and fundamentals are saying on your behalf. So that's it. Again, as promised, one video a day, I've been actually posting 2 or 3 videos a day already. So I've hit a backlog because you've been seeing videos from Manila, Korea, and all of the other videos that I haven't posted yet. But expect that every time I'm here, each time that I'm here in Singapore, you will get 1 video a day from Singapore. So please comment below if you have any questions also with regards to whatever stock that you want to be analyzed, or any particular questions with regards to your portfolio, and we'll try to make a video for all of it as well. So that's it for now. I just really love Singapore though. It's not as cold as the other countries. No, it's still a tropical country similar to the Philippines. It's a bit humid, but it shows you how, I guess it shows you how a city and a country that's efficient works. I think Singapore is a template that Southeast Asia can make it, can do something very respectable to be a showcase in the world, and make this vision for you that we can actually see the Philippines do well someday. We can actually see the Philippines make a name for itself across the world, something positive. And I believe this, my dream is to see the world look at the Philippines, that we will have the best stock traders, stock investors, that they will look for Filipinos as a source of investment knowledge and wisdom, that the next set of multimillionaires who will make grand movements in the market, not just in the PSE but also in other markets around the world, will be Filipinos. And we all have a part to play in that. We all have a part to play to make our country great again. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo in Singapore. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. To all of our attendees later, coaching sessions, see you all tonight. Go Warriors!